Kahnawake and welcome to Sawen Aorihwa.
That's right, we're back on air, and we know that you missed us. Well, at least we'd like to think that they missed us.
I'd like to think so.
I missed us.
I missed you too. Collectively, we missed y'all. There you go. I don't even know if that's a real word to use.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, listen, we took a nice break, 6 weeks. And recharged the batteries, changed the set just a little bit, but we decided to take some time off there, Regan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what happened was, it got really crazy for me, particularly because of the kids, and I don't know if a lot of people had seen this episode where I had Gracie on set with me during Year in Review with Christine, and she was like ripping my earrings off, and what happened was I was just kind of running into a lot of these situations where Mike was working or at meetings and I had her, which is normal because I am her mother and she's only a baby. And I just felt really pressured at that point, like to bring her on air to finish the show. And I just said, you know what, this is just too crazy. I need some time off to just like rejuvenate because she was born and I didn't take any time off. So it was just really crazy.
You know, I think like most of us throughout this time off, people have been running back and forth. A lot of like, I mean, like for all of us, it's like, just the regular work, the family work. I mean, exactly. People are just running around like a crazy marathon at this point.
It's like a never-ending marathon, especially having two kids, like for myself under the age of 2, or, Ashton's only 2 in a few months. So it's like a never-ending marathon.
Well, speaking of marathons, right now we're in the prime time for the Olympics. Yes. And a lot of people have talked about what's been happening in the Olympics. And let's be honest, it's what everyone's watching. It really is something to see. Definitely, the opening ceremonies was quite a surprise, I think, for a lot of people. Whether you were pro Olympics, you were rallying with the people over there,
protesting
the Olympics. It certainly was a sight to see. And a lot of Kahnawake are actually at the Olympics right now.
At the Olympics, yeah. Did you get to see the opening?
I did see the opening, I think like most, we were kind of surprised. The only thing I thought was kind of funny was, as all the First Nations came out, and then all of a sudden I expected a First Nation artist to sing. Yeah. Close they got was Nelly Furtado and Bryan Adams. So,
Adams. I know. I was like, okay.
All right. But I mean, we'll dance to anything as natives, I guess. Anyway, listen, a lot of Kahnawake are at the Olympics right now. Definitely Monique's there.
All right.
We have Jacobs-Stalk is there. Dega Little Bear.
Who was in the opening ceremonies.
That's right.
Yeah. There's some rumor that there was an Azure there, but nobody seems to know which one. So if you know, give us a call because we'd love to talk to, and hopefully we're going to get the chance in 2 weeks' time to talk to some of the people that were there as they're coming back into Kahnawake from being out in Vancouver. So so Barbara Littlebear and Tawana Miller and Tammy Bova were some of the artists that were there showcasing some of their designs and beadwork, and they have a big artisan village that a lot of First Nations are able to go and showcase some of their work. So
in many cases, a lot of First Nations people are showing their stuff for the first time to a general public, and a lot of people are buying a lot of pieces of authentic art.
Yeah,
authentic
not something
native
that's
art.
like made in China.
Exactly.
But this is one of the things too. It's the first Olympics ever that there is so much Indigenous representation, but also that the Indigenous people are partnering with the Olympics.
That's right.
First time ever. So it's kind of historic.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And over 100 Native communities were visited along the torch relay, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
And I mean, there were few, of course, that had protested.
Right.
But all in all, it went pretty smoothly for the torch to arrive in Vancouver.
I think what a lot of people, as I said before, there are people who are looking at this as it's just a competition. But then, on the political side of things is that there were parcels, from what I've understood and from what I've heard, of parcels of native land that was taken. So is it going to be returned back? What's going to be the process
Well, I think
thereafter?
one of the big thing was that they were going to take it and they were going to be developing the property so that when it came back, it wasn't going to be the same as when it was initially used.
Right.
So this is one of the issues, anyways. So.
Something to follow.
There's always something. Every Olympics has something, and then of course the bobsledder. You know the kick.
The luge.
The luge. Sorry.
That's just absolutely terrible. And
devastating. You know what I mean? And at the beginning, like it was in a training run, right?
It was a training run right before the day of the opening ceremony.
They said they never had. It's the first time something like this had happened. It was really.
That was probably.
And then there's no snow.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors.
There's a lot of things that are just going on where it's like. Is there a little bit of Zidwa going on down there?
Some people have said that too as well. If you check some of the people online and some of the stuff they're writing on there, they're saying exactly that with the part of the torch that's not going up, the rain, the lack of snow. But of course, no one.
Of course, we'd have to bring it up.
But the other part of it too is, of course, nobody wishes anybody to have been killed.
No harm, no, exactly. It's just there's like an aura hanging over. Mm-hmm. So the Olympics are going to continue on until February 28th. Sorry, when there's going to be their closing. Yeah. So people can definitely catch it for another,
Sure,
another week or so.
Yeah. It's very interesting, though, for sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Anyway, so in the meantime, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more on Sawen Aorihwa.
Don't go away.